Between the mainline railroad tracks and the suburban service, there was a clay hole down there. It started at 119th and it continued on down to 123rd Street. It was used later on after the brick clay had been exhausted. They had utilized the one on 123rd Street as the garbage dump, if you will. When we as kids used to go down into the clay hole when they were working, they had a big steam shovel up there that they would load into these smaller cars, and then they had a small steam engine that would bring these cars down here to the bottom of this area here, and then they would hook them on a cable and take them up to the building up here where they would unload and dump that clay, and then they would mix the clay with water and make it into a compound. And then they had a system by which they would extrude that formed clay, which the cross-section of the brick would be formed. And then they had a big wire wheel that would come down, and that wire would cut the extruded brick into the length that it'd be. Then they took this, the bricks, which they were green bricks they were called, unfired, and they would put them in this house, this building down here, and they would run a gas pipe down through that brick, and they would build like a big igloo inside of there, and then they would fire up that gas system in there, and they would burn these bricks, and that aroma came from all of those burning bricks was quite a thing to it wasn't an obnoxious odor, but you could smell the bricks, the burned bricks, and then they would just stack the bricks afterward. And most of the bricks that were on the very outside, they didn't get, they were just culls that were just used and crushed into some brick compound because they didn't have any strength to them. But billions of bricks a year was the motto from the Illinois Brick Company. There were quite a few bricks around the southern area of the south of Chicago, around in different places. Most all of them, the clay had been exhausted, and then they were just covered up. Some were still used. I don't know where this is, out west out here. There was one out there that they had the methane gas that would come off of this from the 123rd Street, one Brickyard out there. Clark Oil, at the time it was in existence, they piped a lot of that methane gas out there to Clark Oil, and they compressed this into LP gas and for service in and around the community. A lot of it was just they put pipes up and then just ignited them and let them burn. They looked, my cousins were here and said, "Oh, you got all these tiki torches out here burning." A beautiful sight to see. Well, it got rid of the methane gas that was there. Okie dokie.